Hello, and welcome back to Ghostlight RPGs. My name is Justin. I forgot my name for a second. Off to a good start. My name is Justin, and I am the Watcher for tonight. This is Future Rain. If by chance you happen to miss the last stream, just pause. If you're watching on YouTube, pause right now. Go back to the episode 1, watch that, and then come back and watch this. And if you've already watched, welcome. Thanks for coming back. We're really happy you're here. Future Rain is a Marvel heroic role-playing game with some upgrades using Cortex Prime, both of which were designed by Cam Banks. Let's see. For this series, we will be using Ko-fi as a tipping service, so if you would like, please feel free to tip everyone. I'm gonna see if the chat command works this week. Yay, it's working. Okay.
Yay.
Feel better. Oh, Graham, thanks for talking, because until sometimes I feel like you guys are like still muted somehow, so until one of you talks, I feel like I'm holding my breath, sort of. Okay.
Making a note.
Glad.
Early.
Yeah, talk earlier next time.
It would be so funny if we just did it and we all like,
I swear
and he
to
just
God,
thinks that we're muted.
I will shit my pants. Amazing.
Well, now we have to.
It'd be funny to watch you poop on screen.
But yeah, so if you tip us on Ko-fi, just know that all of those tips go directly to this cast, and we appreciate anything you can support us with. Before we go any further, let's go ahead and go around and introduce ourselves. Again, my name is Justin, and I am the Watcher, or the game moderator for this game. I'm gonna pass it over to Kelsea.
My name is Kelsea.
Oh, sorry. And tell me your name, your character, and your what is your personal superpower? What is the thing that you are just good at?
I am Kelsea, and I am playing Johnny Storm. And my personal superpower is being anal retentive.
That is a superpower, to be honest.
Yeah. Gonna pass that off to Hollis so that you can suffer like me.
Hey, suffering here live on twitch.tv. My name is Hollis Wilhoit. I'm playing Matt Murdock / Daredevil, and my personal superpower is that I'm a pretty good yes-ander for all of you theater people, unless I'm playing Matt Murdock, because he's not really a team player, so I'm trying to find like a happy medium there. All right, I'm going to pass it to Elise.
Howdy, folks. I'm Elise. I'm playing Black Widow, and my superpower is I can make a child forget they're sad.
Aww.
Come to my house. I got some sad children.
Oh.
No.
She's just gonna fly in like Mary Poppins.
Elise, who are you passing it to?
Oh yes, I'll pass it to Graham.
Oh, yay. Hi, I'm Graham Ward, he, him. I'll be playing Bruce Banner and the other guy occasionally if my mic doesn't top out and stop me from being heard. My superpower, I've thought about this. My superpower is that I'm on Eastern Standard Time.
Wow.
And no, literally, I live on Mountain Time for about 4 or 5 months out of the year, most years. And I hate being on Mountain Time because when I'm on Eastern Time, I'm later than everybody. So when my children go to bed at like 9, on a bad day, 10 p.m., I still have like the evening where I can have meetings with people who are in other time zones. I can stay up till like 3 a.m. and do work with people who are on Pacific time. And I cherish those people. And it's a great, I think of it like I'm a designated driver, but instead of not drinking, I'm not sleeping.
Graham is eternal.
My gift.
Oh, man.
I'll pass it to, has Rebecca gone? Are you last? Okay, go.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Munoz, she, her, and I am playing Rogue from the X-Men. And I would say my superpower is endurance, I would say, because like there's a lot of times where I'm just like I can't and I don't want to, but I'm gonna keep going and get the project done. Yeah, there's just a lot of times where like it's just like, you know, when you break down the hour and you're like, okay, I just need to get through like 30 minutes, and those 30 minutes are just like 10 minutes. Like I am an expert at doing that until the job gets done. So I will be exhausted, but I'm really good at that.
I love that.
What's yours, Justin?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is mine?
Other than your hair.
Thank you. My superpower, I genuinely didn't think of one because I I forgot I was supposed to do these too. Did I say a favorite movie last time? I don't know if I did.
You didn't.
Anyway.
I'm gonna say you didn't.
Well, anyway. Graham would have taken mine anyway.
Well, do
Hello
that too.
in the
then.
chat. Hello in the chat. What is my my superpower? I think my superpower is perspective. I like to see all sides of a thing and sort of consider them. Is that a yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sticking to it. Okay. Well, with that said, now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk about rated R content warning. Everybody, this stream is not for kids. I know it's a Marvel stream, and I know that you're thinking, my kid loves the Hulk. Just warning you, this is, there's a lot of, gore and strong language. Lots of strong language. And, graphic violence, and elements of horror, despair, general sadness. So, just prepare yourselves for that, no matter your age. And also know that we, as the 6 of us, use safety tools, color cards, things that essentially we can throw up and sort of keep each other safe and in check. We use red, yellow, and what's the other color? Green.
Green.
Objects. So if you see that happening, that's what that's for. Let's see. I think that's it, guys. Did I forget anything besides? No, I think that's it. Thanks everybody in the chat for chatting. I don't know. Cool. I'll say that. Let's move on. Okay, so I've written out for the sake of my memory a not so brief recap. So let's just jump into that and remember where we last left off.
Previously on.
Thank you. I need you to do that every time because you have a really good voice for that. Do it
No,
again.
I don't.
Do it
No, I
again.
don't. Pick someone
Yeah.
who can go low.
Okay. Hollis?
Previously on.
Ooh,
Yes. Yeah.
I like that.
Are you gonna say Future Rain?
Nope.
Okay.
Just
Previously on.
Previously on. Previously on. Okay, we gotta get started. I'm sorry. I'm giddy tonight. Okay, so previously on Future Rain. After being pulled through a portal referred to as a Nexus Gate, our heroes found themselves in an alternate universe 30 years in the future, where almost all superheroes have been killed or otherwise defeated, and villains reign supreme. Alone in the Utah desert, the party was quickly attacked by dinosaurs with cybernetic enhancements, along with their master Sauron, who seemed to follow the rule of Ultron. After winning their battle, the group was discovered by Lunella Lafayette, aka Eclipse, and her trusty companion, Devil Dinosaur. Recognizing them as heroes from her past, Lunella brings them to Fisk Lake City, Fisk with a K, Fisk Lake City, where a small band of resistance fighters are plotting to free their captive leader, Billy Kaplan, aka Wiccan, the current Sorcerer Supreme. The other resistance members consist of the curious and gentle Danielle Cage, aka Powerhouse, the wise and wounded old Kurt Wagner, aka Nightcrawler, and Ruby Summers, who is off scouting beyond Fisk Lake City at the moment. Our heroes come to the realization that most of the world and the people they know and love are gone. But their chances of getting back home are better than nothing. All they need to do is retrieve 3 impossibly rare materials from incredibly dangerous foes spread across the country, use those materials to build their own Nexus Gate, and also rescue the Sorcerer Supreme so that he can power it all. Unfortunately, all of that must wait, because as soon as the planning stages began, trouble came knocking. So, you all find yourselves in, I'll remind you, you're in this like sort of resistance base, if you could call it that. It's a dingy apartment in Fisk Lake City. You heard a doom, doom, boom. Debris comes crashing down as the door crumbles down in front of you. Through the dust and the ringing in your ears, you see the 4 buffest senior citizens you have ever seen in your life. And not just buff. I mean, you can see the wrinkly but taut skin. It's like a weird paradox. Bits of wispy gray and white hair.
Vince McMahon, got it.
It's Vince McMahon. Yeah, picture Vince McMahon, but now picture him wearing.
Is that okay that I'm into it?
No, that's
Kelsea.
Fine. Yeah, that's all right
Yeah.
for you. I like that for you. All 4 of them are donning their classic, brightly colored, mind you, the green, yellow, white, red, blue. I mean, primary colors. Their classic, although a bit faded and worn, uniforms. You all recognize the wrecking crew standing before you. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm not going to do this every time, unless I think about it, but just for anybody who doesn't know, the wrecking crew is a group of 4 sort of thuggish criminals who were given sort of like superpowers through Asgardian magic. Is sort of the what's the term? Short version? The
Abridged.
Elevator pitch.
Yeah, the elevator pitch, sure. But you see here before you these 4. You hear who you know to be the Wrecker step forward. Well, looky what we have here, boys. Smiling and smacking his enchanted crowbar against his hand. Pile driver pops the knuckles on his massive hands. You hear these like loud. Bulldozer chuckles beneath his shiny steel helmet. And Thunderball drops his massive ball and chain. Crushing thud in the ground. We've been looking for you, he says. Piledriver interrupts. Your little resistance is stirring up trouble. Kingpin don't like trouble. That's why he's got us, Bulldozer inserts. I wrote Bulldozer inserts. I clearly wasn't planning on reading this out loud.
Add dialogue here. Phrase.
Finally, Wrecker steps forward and says, so, anybody want to give up? What do you all do?
Sorry, you're here to see us or you're here to see them? Because, like, there's 2 different things going on right now. Could you clarify?
So, Wrecker sort of looks at you and the 5 of you're all sort of, I guess, mixed together. He says, yeah, there are more of you than we were told, but doesn't change a thing. Resistance is resistance.
Aw, dang it! You could have said resistance is futile! And I, hit him.
Awesome. Go ahead and roll an action for me.
Yeah, so we're definitely in a team right now, whether any of you people like it or not.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think just like coming in, being the hot-headed hero is sort of my shit. I'm going to try to not demolish everything around me, even though that's sort of my MO, and keep it really pointed. And just, I'm not going to be flying around, just like shooting a flame blast directly into the, into Wrecker, I think is my goal. And no, I'm just going to be at all three of them. There we go. So I'm just going to try to fan it out, or all four of them.
All four of them? Okay,
Yes.
so this is sort of a area attack.
Yeah. And I got a 19. Does that hit? I know it doesn't really work the same way. I still like that.
Yeah.
Just assembling these dice pools real quick. We've got four people. That's a lot of people.
And we've established we're basically in like a living room kitchen suite.
Uh-huh.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Okay. Let's see. So I rolled reaction rolls for all four of them on this.
And they all sucked.
And what was
You
your
can't be that lucky.
total?
19.
Wow, 19. Holy crap. That's fantastic. That's gonna be a failure. That is a
Thank you.
failure. Ooh, that one's close.
You're really getting me right in the nads with saying failure over and over again in my presence. Please, please watch it.
I love it. Okay, I'm actually gonna use a die from the Doom pool and take it out of there.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I bet.
And let me see. So all of them are gonna fail, except for. Sorry, multitasking is hard. All of them are gonna fail, except for Wrecker, who is going to actually get a 20 on
Okay,
his
beefy boy.
reaction because I'm gonna use a Doom Pool die to add it. So, you hit. Go ahead and describe to me what your attack looks like.
So basically, I just like swagger up and just go. And my goal is for it to look a little bit like playing cardsy. And I look back at Rogue and just go like, pretty, pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool, right?
She ain't even paying attention.
Did I get you? And then since I'm a little bit caught off guard, that's why I missed Wrecker, just because it like was I sort of like didn't see through the end of the phrase. Basically,
Sure.
is what we'll say on that.
So what I'll tell you this, Kelsea, is that you actually don't miss Wrecker. It's just that he blocks with his large crowbar, and you see that your flame sort of hits and absorbs like almost into the crowbar, and it sort of goes like this orangish yellow sort of flame, bright, flash of light, and it sort of glows now, like the crowbar does. We're
gonna need to get rid of that bad boy.
Fantastic. So, what's your effect then? A D4?
It's a D8.
Oh, a D8. Okay, so a D8 effect. Now, with area attack, somebody remind me, how does that work? Do each of them need a separate effect die, or?
For every additional target, you include another D8, and you keep an effect die.
Sweet. Okay.
So if you already rolled extra D6s, Kelsea, obviously you had access to those, and then you can keep as many effect dice as people you're affecting with your action, and that's kind of just up to you.
Like to add them in?
Yeah, you could keep 6 effect dice if you're attacking 6 people.
Oh,
But it's
okay.
just up to how much you want to, and how many dice you've got left in your pool, etc.
Thanks for the sub, House of Zard.
Oh, thanks, House of Zard. Can I just say 8? D8, or because like the other ones I have are not as impressive. There's 2 D6s in there. Do you care?
No.
That I'm not using?
It's up to you. Yeah. So for the 3 of them, we have. You said you're going to use a D8, and then.
First,
D6
speaking
and
as
a
someone
D6.
who has like no powers right now, it wouldn't hurt to put the extra D6 stress because it gives us D6s we can roll against them.
Okay, we'll do that then.
Okay, so we have a D8 of physical stress. I'm assuming on Pile Driver, and then what? 2 D6s on 1 D6 on Thunderbolt, 1 D6 on Bulldozer.
Yeah, let's do that.
Cool.
I would rather it be mental. Is that
Oh.
allowed?
Yeah, that's totally allowed.
I want it to be mental because I want it. I'm just like, I want to insult them and I want them to be embarrassed.
Yeah, so you see.
so- Yeah, I
I-
think I also am just like, you guys don't look like you used to. Fucking yikes. So
They-
yeah, definitely lots of dagger in
the
there.
mental damage seems
wanting
to
to really insult.
the mental damage seems to be coming from the fact that it's a little less. I mean, it is slightly insult, but you see that insult grows into massive confusion as you have flamed on and are like full fire in front of them. They're like, "What the hell? Who's
Where
that?"
did you just come from?
They look incredibly confused here. Okay, who do you want to pass the ball to?
And I'm passing it to Rogue since I was like trying to set it up for her. Trying to be cool.
Okay, and I'll just remind everybody too. There are, as you can see on the Roll20 page here, there are 4 enemies: Wrecker, Pile Driver, Thunderbolt, Bulldozer, and also 3 allies: Powerhouse, Eclipse, and Nightcrawler. So all 7 of them also need turns in the initiative or in the kind of
Okay.
go order here.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
would
Keep that in
beg
mind.
of you to not force me to take all 7 of their turns in a row.
Uh-huh.
Please don't make me do that.
All right. Okay, so Rogue, she ain't even paying attention to him. She's because she's busy doing her own thing, which is she just easily picks up the couch and she's just like, "It's been a while since I've had gentlemen callers. Take a seat," and she just chucks it at the door. I think she's gonna aim towards Wrecker because he seems the less sturdy.
Okay.
And so we're gonna roll. That is total. That is a 16 with a D8 effect.
Awesome. This is on Wrecker. That is.
'Cause he just has a crowbar.
Yeah. That's a lot. No,
It-
you actually are going to get a.
Damn it.
No, I'm sorry. It is a success.
Oh,
it's
I was
it's
like,
a.
I missed.
I got a 10, so you're gonna get a heroic success here.
Oh, sweet.
Because you got 5 higher, or more than 5 higher.
Mm.
So you can, what is that? Step up your effect die, I believe. What would you like the effect here to be, Rebecca?
I think really she's more or less gonna stun him because he just took a full-on, like college frat house couch to the face, and so I think it knocks him maybe back out through the door or whatever hole they made.
Sure. Maybe it's a complication called like take a seat or something.
Yeah, take a seat.
Awesome. What was your effect die originally?
The effect I originally was a D8.
A D8. So it'll step up to a D10. Fantastic.
Yes.
And that's on Wrecker. Okay. Who do you want to pass it to, Rebecca?
Pass it to Elise.
Excellent.
Get him.
Awesome. Okay, so Black Widow was back, like wrapping her hands or something. And she walks out to the commotion and she's like, "Let's get this over with," and cracks her neck. And then she's gonna go for the one nearest her, do the little like crawl up, legs around the head, flip him over type of move, if I can.
Oh.
Amazing. It's funny that we know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes. So let me roll real quick. Here we go. I've got, oh no. I rolled 3 1s.
Who is this on? Sorry, remind me.
Oh, whoever was closest to me, we'll just say it's Pile Driver.
Yeah, just pick one of them. Okay, cool.
Pile driver's great.
Did you include the D8 stress?
The D8 stress.
from
He's
pile
got D8
driver.
emotional or mental stress.
Mental stress, yeah. So add a D8 because you add
got
his
it.
stress to your roll.
Got it.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, excellent. One moment, please. So I rolled 3 ones. My effect then is a D8 and my roll is an 11.
Okay, awesome. I got a 12
Great.
for my reaction here. Now, you're the actor.
Yeah.
I believe that means that you can spend a plot point to add an extra die if you want to try and beat a 12.
Nah, no, I'll take the loss.
Okay, cool. So yeah, as you sort of climb up the back of Pile Driver here and kind of get up there into like trying to lock down, maybe like suffocate, Pile Driver takes his massive hands. Like now all of them are big men essentially, like way bigger than a human body should be able to be, but Pile Driver's hands are like even weirdly bigger. Like, you remember being Black Widow, that's just who you are.
Yes.
You know that that's sort of his thing for some reason. He just had really big hands. And so as you kind of climb up him, he just kind of lifts you off and just kind of chucks you off of him. You land gracefully, of course. But you to no effect. Who do you want to pass to, Elise?
Oh, I'll pass it to Eclipse.
Amazing. So you land right there next to Lunella Lafayette, aka Eclipse. And as she you sort of land, she strides forward, and you see from like her sort of like what is like a bracer, you see she like kind of aims forward almost like you do with your widow's bite, but you see popping out of here just like, and then shooting out is like a small projectile. It almost looks like a like a boxing glove or like a boxing mitt, and it sort of shoots out. You see that there are like where the fists or like where the knuckles would be on the mitt are like these small like needle looking injection looking things. So it shoots out as she like leans forward or comes forward, and she says keep your hands off her. Keep your freaky hands off her. And she like shoots 14, and we have Pile Driver. Ooh, not gonna be enough. Pile Driver I think kind of just barely dodges out of the way, shoots past him, and he continues striding forward. Eclipse is gonna pass it to Pile Driver. That makes sense. Pile Driver comes forward and is going to just take a huge punch at Black Widow. So if you could make a reaction roll for me.
Yep.
He's got these big cartoon hands. I got a 15 with a D10 effect.
I got a 15 with a D8 effect.
Okay, now this is important because we realized over the week that we kind of messed this one up on the last stream. It is if the actor ties the reaction roll, the actor does succeed that roll. So in this case, Pile Driver is the actor and tied you, so it is a success, which means he comes forward and just here's this word again. I don't know why. Oh, Grant.
Again, unless you didn't roll his stress in your reaction.
Oh, I didn't again.
Ooh, add it.
Okay.
Good save, Graham.
Go.
Big thank you to BWS2K, by the way, for pointing out our rules blunder there.
Yes,
Always
thank you.
I don't think it made a difference.
No? Okay.
No, it did not.
All right. In that case, he is going to just pop you right in like the upper chest. You get smashed back into like the kitchen area where you're basically like your ass is in the sink now, and like kind of like you I'm gonna give you I'm gonna call that a complication
Please
on.
call it Your Ass is in the Sink.
It's called Your Ass is in the Sink. Yeah, I love
Excellent.
it.
No, wait, call it My Bum is in Your Sink.
Yes.
My bum is in your sink.
I was gonna call it liquid assets.
Ah, that
Oh
was
my
good.
god.
Oh no,
That's good.
I don't care what you call it at this point. Those are all
That's
fantastic.
great. That's great.
But everything but the kitchen sink. Oh, these are great, you
Everything
guys.
but the kitchen sink.
Good.
That's
Thank you,
brilliant.
House of Zard. That's amazing.
That's really
Um,
funny.
But point being, Elise, that
Yes.
you are pretty dazed from that hit.
Yes.
So that's a D10 again. Okay.
Ugh.
Pile Driver is gonna toss it over to Thunderball, who is on the opposite side of the room, over more by like where the sleeping bags and the couch are, and swinging his like massive like ball and chain. I don't know if there's a. It's a massive ball and chain. That's what it is. Swinging that around. And he is swinging it right towards Powerhouse and Daredevil.
Shit.
This is Danny and Matt. So I'm gonna make rolls for Danny. You make a roll for yourself.
Okay.
Elisa Lynn is killing me in the comments.
Okay. All right. Yeah, not a great roll for him. That is only going to be a 9 with a D8 effect.
Cool.
And
I've got 16 with the D10 reaction effect there.
Hell yeah, that's fantastic. And Danny is also going to succeed on that. So, this thing sort of swings in. How do you think Daredevil reacts to it successfully?
I think I immediately just like hit the floor, right? I can feel the wind coming towards me and I just flatten.
Phenomenal. You gotta just go to the floor, at which point Danny sort of steps up, and as it's almost like a tether ball. As the ball comes around, she sort of like ducks underneath it and then just kind of swats it, continuing on its path, almost coming back around to hit jeez, these names are Thunderball. I was gonna say Powerball, to hit Thunderball, but he's so good with this thing. He just kind of whips it around. So no effect there.
And that was Danny, right? That was reacting with me?
Correct. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give her like a reluctant kind of fatherly fist bump.
Amazing. And Thunderball's going to go ahead and pass it to you now, Hollis.
All right, I think I'm going to go for the Wrecker, and I want to use my hook to cut his Achilles tendon.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go
and I'll
for
describe it in just a few hours.
Daredevil plays for keeps.
Yeah.
Also, did we not kill Sauron? Did we just leave him?
You know what? I was thinking about that last week, and I was thinking about it after the stream, and I was like, it's one of those situations where, like, comic book panel just, like, flash forward. We can sort of decide what happened with that situation.
Yeah.
It's sort of, we can consider that. Good point, though. I rolled a 1, if anybody would like to spend a plot point to buy that opportunity. Otherwise, no presh.
How much stress does the Wrecker have?
Let's see. Wrecker has a D10 complication that you can add. D10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna use a plot point if that's okay to buy that opportunity.
Please, thank you.
And what I want to do is upgrade my affiliation die from D6 team to D8 team for one use.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Deal with that.
That's perfect.
All right, Justin, I've got a 14 with the D10 effect.
Well, I also have a 14. And this time you're the actor, so you succeed. Fantastic.
Awesome. In that case, I'm going to bring my hook out. I'm going to look to Danny, again, looking for any kind of like validation, trying to be like a cool superhero like she's heard about. look
Yeah.
back at the wrecker and say, "Go Fisk yourself," and it doesn't really work. But after that like brief moment of true embarrassment, I'm going to charge the wrecker. I'm sliding on the ground, and I just cut his Achilles tendon.
Phenomenal. What effect would you like it to have? Is that
Physical stress, baby.
physical stress? Amazing. And what was the effect die?
D10.
D10 physical stress for the wrecker. Phenomenal. So yeah, right as he starts getting back up from the crazy punch that Rogue threw at him, you just slide in and he goes horribly painful.
Rated R.
Rated R indeed. Let's see, that is gonna be D10. Okay. Don't know. Is this? Hang on one second. Okay, whatever. That's right. Okay, so Hollis, who would you like to pass to?
I would
think-
love to pass it to Bruce.
Bruce.
Okay. If I'm kind of like, I was seated in the middle of the room, who is the nearest villain to me as this is all exploding around me?
Yeah, Bulldozer is right near you, and Thunderball's not far away, as Thunderball's sort of attacking, or sort of head to head with Powerhouse, with Danny Cage at the moment. But Bulldozer's the one who has yet to really do much or be attacked at all so far.
Okay.
And he's the one with the helmet. And you remember maybe, I think, yeah, Hulk faced off against the Wrecking Crew more than once. Bulldozer charges and sort of like tucks his head and just kind of smacks into things.
Great. So as he's like maybe rearing up to come toward me now, I'll stand up, and I'm in my like pleated, shorts or whatever. They're not really pleated, I guess. I established they're hiking shorts. And I'm like, hey, listen. You really don't want the other guy getting involved in this. I mean, I can bring him out, but and I'm gonna use my, if I can. Well, first of all, this is my distinction. Don't make me angry, but I want to use it negatively. So as a D4,
Cool.
and I get a plot point. And what I want to do, I mean, that's basically because Bruce is actually scared about having the Hulk come out at this point. He says there's a lot of people in the city, and they don't need to be hurt. Let's keep this in this room. But at the same time, I want to leverage my asset, which is where are we? Which is basically my like mental record of who survived and who hasn't. And I want to think of, he's mentioned that he works for Fisk, right? I'll say, you think Fisk is going to be happy when he finds out that the man in red is here in this city? You better back off and get yourself away from this situation as fast as possible, or it's all going to fall on you. The Hulk and Daredevil, that's a lot to go on your record. And does that sound workable?
That sounds absolutely great. Yeah.
I would like to basically try to mentally stress him.
Definitely. Yeah.
I crack a smile in your direction. We're gonna get along just fine.
This is Bulldozer. Yes, the weakest.
1 XP to you, Hollis. You just did it.
Yeah!
Yay!
Oh, and I get one too because I said don't make, you don't want to mess with Hulk. Okay, so my pool is a little bit funky right now. I'm using my oh, okay, here's the last touch. Sorry, this is the longest explanation ever. I'm picking up something in the house tech-wise that I think could defend me. So I'm using my tech specialty.
Sure.
Look, I'm Bruce Banner. All I have are specialties.
I love that. And I will say, Eclipse, Lunella is really like just not too far away from you. It's pretty easy if you could probably identify something on her like belt and grab it quickly to
I
use.
love
that.
Yeah, she's got lots of
Okay.
gadgets.
So I'm using my tech specialty to grab a gadget. Let's say that it's something with like piercing trauma potential,
Sure.
as opposed to like, I don't want to use electricity, I don't think, maybe, because electricity is probably not going to hurt them, right? As guardian stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got tech. I've got my mental game that I'm playing with him. I'm going to roll this absurd pool, and then I'm using my team affiliation bumped up to a D8.
Amazing.
Okay, I rolled a 1.
Okay, I will definitely buy that.
My total is going to be... my total's going to be 15. I'm going to spend my plot point to add a third die. So 15 total.
Okay.
D6 effect.
And this is on
Oh,
Bulldozer.
did I roll his stress? He's got D6 stress.
Bulldozer has... Yes, D6 mental stress, yes.
Okay.
Okay, well, I got a 12. D6.
Forgive me. I am going to retroactively, because I didn't roll the stress. The stress was a 6 on a D6, which is amazing. So my total then is actually 17, which succeeds by 5.
It does.
Okay, so my effect becomes a D8, and it is going to be more mental stress. So his stress will go up to D8. This is on Bulldozer.
Bulldozer, yeah.
Okay, longest version of giving someone D8 mental stress.
It was
Done.
great though. I mean, I love the imagery here. So as you say this to him, you can see he's sort of like ready to just like kind of pound you, but he says, "Wait." And he kind of looks over to Daredevil in, full Daredevil costume, and what the hell? Who are you guys?
I'm telling you, I'm doing you a favor. I'm on your side.
He's very confused. Love it.
And then I'll pass to Nightcrawler.
Sick. All right. Nightcrawler, who seemed to have sort of like just skulked into the shadows. I mean, he has not been sort of seen much at all in this sort of fray. Now, out of nowhere, Piledriver is the one who is who just punched Black Widow into the kitchen sink. Nightcrawler, from out of nowhere, like descends from the ceiling and just kind of like he doesn't bamf, but he just sort of like, it's almost like he was like lurking up there in the shadows, and he just sort of descends, takes out a small dagger, and just tries to like stab Piledriver kind of in the back or the shoulder area. So he is going to make that roll. And Piledriver. Yes, Nightcrawler. Okay, so he gets him for a D10 physical stress on Piledriver as he sort of comes down, stabs him in the shoulder, and you hear Piledriver start to kind of like try to swat him off there with his large hands, but Kurt is sort of just very agile. Keep your hands to yourself. And he is going to pass it now to Powerhouse, who actually hadn't gone yet. She did a reaction roll, but she will go now, so no worries yet. And also, Piledriver has gone. Graham, if you could adjust that for me. Thank you. And then it's just the last two guys after that. Right, so this is going to be Powerhouse, who's over there next to Thunderball. She is... just did the tetherball thing. I think she's just going to like duck in and just sort of like kind of try to tackle Thunderball. So she busts through the wall. Let's see if she can get a good hit on him. Okay. So she actually rolls a 1. Now, when a GMC ally rolls a 1, there's really nothing to be done about that, is there?
You can activate it the same way you would with a PC. I
I
think.
can. Okay. Good to know. But then, does that character get any benefit from that?
They get a plot point if they want to spend that for SFX.
Sick. Okay. Cool. I didn't realize they could.
Since they're on our side, like they have to interact our way with the Doom Pool.
Right. Right. Okay. Well then, she's got a plot point. Graham, would you just throw the plot point symbol over on her, just so I know that she's got one that's powerhouse? Thank you. I've got. If anybody curious, I have Graham helping me with the virtual tabletop here because there's just too much going on. So she actually fails this roll, and so she tackles him, busting through the side wall and out into like the streets of Fisk Lake City here. However, she tackles him. He has his ball and chain sort of dragging behind him, so he kind of hooks it, swings around, and then just kind of like flips her over. Very, speaking of Vince McMahon, just kind of like I don't know, I've never watched wrestling, but I guess he kind of like, what's it called? Suplex? Suplex. Is that the one where they do the thing and then they go back?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
What? I don't know.
Been a hot minute.
Don't at me. I don't know wrestling stuff.
Don't at me.
He kind of picks her up and then just kind of smacks her into the ground. Suplex. Yeah. And that is actually a D10 physical stress on Powerhouse. She actually maybe feels like a crack. I'm gonna go ahead and at that moment, Thunderball, he's gonna call out, check out the new kid, calling out to Wrecker, who is over there, not too far away. Kind of turns and chuckles, turns back to Daredevil, who has just, I guess Wrecker wouldn't chuckle because he just got his Achilles cut open.
Yeah, what's so funny?
I'm gonna say actually it's Bulldozer that
Laugh if I
chuckles.
wasn't in pain.
No, honestly, neither of them would chuckle. I think Thunderball just says that to the general crowd, and everybody's like, get away.
It's a comic book, baby.
Yeah, and then I am gonna pass it over to Bulldozer though. So Bulldozer's confused as hell right now. He kind of looks to you, Bruce, and he looks over to Daredevil, and he kind of calls out to Wrecker, and he says, hey boss, who are these guys? And he is going to, I think this is weird, but I think Bulldozer is just gonna take his turn, sort of trying to deduce what the hell's happening. I'm gonna say this is a roll against you, Graham. So I need you to make me just sort of a as if he's asking you some questions, like, so wait, that's Daredevil? That's really Daredevil? Who are you? And I just want to basically this is an opportunity for him to either, if he succeeds, he's going to understand that you all are the superheroes that he knows and has lost, and if you succeed, or if he's gonna get well, we'll see what happens if that happens. But I just don't think it makes sense. I mean, I like the idea that you've confused the hell out of him, and I don't think he would just like straight up attack you if he's confused by that. So
okay, great. Let's see.
Damn, rolled another 1.
Trying to think of a distinction to use in this situation. I'll probably just use confined spaces. Maybe that's adding to the like paranoia and disorientation.
Sure, I like that.
I'll use covert specialty. Okay, here we go. Still team. All right, 13 total.
13 is a success. So yeah, he basically tries to he's asking you these questions. What do you think your response to him is when he says, "Who the hell are you?"
I'll say, look, there's a whole story here that you don't know. You don't want to get involved. All you need to know is a couple of your bosses do not want to know that you lost to us. So just back out of here. No one has to be hurt. You ever heard the name Hulk?
Well, yeah, but if you... kind of like looking around at all of the heroes in the room, starts just kind of backing away out of the room.
Sweet.
Amazing. Did you want... I don't know if you have another plot point.
I don't.
Okay, never mind.
So we're good.
Okay. Cool. Well, that just leaves Wrecker. So Wrecker sees Bulldozer sort of backing out of the room. He just got kind of injured himself. He says, "What the hell you think you're doing? Get back in there!" And he takes his giant crowbar and is going to try and just smack the hell out of Daredevil's head. Daredevil, you are sort of like, you just slid underneath him.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The crowbar is still sort of like glowing with that sort of orangish yellow energy that from when Johnny hit him earlier. So, let's see.
So am I rolling a reaction against that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. In that case, I just want to, dodge it. Talking like, 3 or 4 just solid.
Okay, cool.
Rolling.
All right, as the actor, I'll tell you, I got an 18 with a D6.
Shit.
Yeah, his cool special effect for his crowbar with the energy
Got a
stored up in it.
13 with a D10.
Okay, 13. So that is 5 more. Now, a question: does heroic success work both ways? Do I get it if I'm as a GMC?
If you're using your
Because you have to spend a plot point to do it.
Yeah, you do for sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do I? Cool. You just
like if
just
you
get it.
Succeeded with your total,
Five,
then
five
you have
higher.
the same effects. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Just making sure. Okay. So then, that ups my D8 to a D10 effect. And no, wait, no, hold on, sorry. This should be a D6 up to a D8 effect. So D8 effect, and this is going to just be, yeah, physical stress, just smacks you, and as it does, the energy from the crowbar just sort of releases, and this like immense like sort of blast of flame sort of smashes into you. It's painful and hot.
Yeah.
And your head feels like it's on fire.
Can I try to react
Jesus.
at all to that? Like, is there anything that I can do, or do I just have to watch that happen?
I
No.
think you just have to
Okay.
watch.
I think as I'm
Yeah.
enduring this, I'm still trying to maintain like a strong stance, and I'm just screaming through the pain. Where's your boss? Where's your boss?
Phenomenal. Okay. Wrecker is the last one to go in the round. And so he will pass it. He kind of smacks down, calls out to Bulldozer, and aims at Johnny, at Human Torch, and says, "Get back in there and kill him!" And Bulldozer is going to just sort of like confused, just start rushing towards Johnny. Now, when you make this reaction roll, Kelsey, make sure you add a D10.
Okay.
Checking.
Bulldozer D8.
D8. I'm sorry.
Mental stress.
D8 mental. Yeah.
Okay. And I think I am gonna try to fly to like it's a low place, but try to just to get behind him instead.
Sure. Yeah, it's that confined spaces. Just a reminder too. You guys can use the distinctions on the tabletop instead of your own, if you want to.
Can you remind me which one on my sheet is a distinction and which one's not?
Yeah, it's the 3 that aren't named up near the top. I'm not getting your sheet exactly right
it's
now.
It's little like catchphrases. That
It's like hot-headed thing or something.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So I'm gonna try to just behind him and grab his ankles actually, like as I hit, and that gives me a 13. And so I'm gonna grab his ankles and just try to roast him.
Okay.
After I flat back there.
Sure. That is a success.
Nice.
I got a 10. So, now you can spend a plot point if you want to spend that D10 to have an effect. Otherwise, it has no effect because you're reacting.
I think I'd like to give. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I think it's a great moment for it.
Yeah, it's good for it. Yeah, I think that I'm gonna give him physical, because I really am like going on. Because which one is this? The hands one?
This is Bulldozer with the helmet. He kind of charges up forward.
So I would say too that since he's like more like running motivated and stuff like that, I'm trying to get at his power. So I'm down here just trying to like fuck up his feet so that he can't do what he does best. Is the
totally.
goal.
Yeah. So D10 physical stress. Graham, did you already add that for Bulldozer? I can do it, sorry. Okay, cool. He is going to pass it now. So yeah, you kind of whip around behind him, grab him by the thing, and just sort of like flame him up. He's gonna pass it right to you, Kelsey, so it's your turn now.
Okay, and if I'm the center of the clock, where is Wrecker right now?
Wrecker is at your 6, essentially.
Okay, I'm gonna pop down. So my goal is to, again, I can't slither fly, so I'm not gonna fly over to him, but I am going to.
Well, and I will say this too, real quick for clarification. So a huge wall has been busted open in this apartment from when Powerhouse sort of tackled Thunderball. And so there's part of the battle now happening outside in the street. And so you have Powerhouse, Thunderball, Wrecker, and Daredevil are all sort of out in the street area.
Okay.
Where there is no
all right, well
ceiling.
then I will, I guess, is he facing me, I assume, Wrecker?
Smack Daredevil. Yeah, he pointed up towards you. Yeah, he sees where you're at.
Okay, damn. Then I'm going to, I guess I'll fly out and try to just like sort of feint FEINT him. And my goal is to get him from behind and grab his wrists and just like burn the fuck out of his wrists so that way he drops that wrench thing. My goal is to get that wrench thing out of his hands. And if I can do that, I want to try to hit it toward Bruce if possible. So that is that. And then I'm going to build it up again. I am using his complication because he has that instead of my thing. And then can I say that I'm trying to consider like tech in this because I'm wanting to see like how he's using this tool and how it's going to be easiest to make him drop it, or no?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay. Then I'm going to have a massive success that's gonna really blow your mind. 17.
17. Oof, I rolled real bad that time.
Nice.
Oh
Oh, you okay?
17. Let me do math
Buddy?
real quick.
Are you okay?
I'm gonna spend
I'm
one
sorry.
die from the doom pool
He's
here.
gonna hurt us.
It's like when I accidentally step on my dog's foot. That's what I'm doing right now. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oh shit.
Just
Oh,
to
shit.
make it a
Oh,
less,
buddies.
just to prevent you from getting a heroic success here. Still gonna be a failure, but less bad one. So yeah, that boy, that is a 14 with a. I don't. It doesn't matter what the effect is, I guess.
Well, and I have a D10 effect, so eat it.
Cool. So you want that to be what?
Stress.
Which
Physical stress.
physical stress? Okay.
Yes.
On Wrecker,
Yeah.
did he already have that stress, or did you just add that, Graham?
He's had that.
He's had it, yeah.
Okay.
That's
so
from the
that
that's from the
ups-
couch.
So that ups
Yeah.
it to no, that was the complication.
Are you talking about the stress that Wrecker has?
Yeah. Oh, that's
that was-
from your.
That was from my
Thank you.
my Achilles tendon.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
this ups him to a D12. So
Okay.
he is almost out. Everybody.
Is
Amazing.
the thing still in his hand?
Uh. Yeah. Well.
If it's not,
Un-
if it is
unless
still
you
in
were
his
to,
hand, I'm just
like,
gonna keep
use
his
your
arms,
effect-
though.
If
Yeah.
you were to use your effect die to target it, you could knock it out.
You could create like an asset
Instead?
or a complication.
Ooh, can I? Is it too late to do that?
No.
I want to create an asset, and I want the asset to be that wrench.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So goes back down to a D10 physical stress, but you sort of blast and the wrench just thuds, skids, and lands in front of Bruce. You said you wanted it
Nice.
to
Yes. 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 Yes, yes.
be? Great.
Yeah.
We have
Um,
something now.
Whack-a-mole.
Now, I will say, Kelsey, this technically is your asset unless you spend a plot point to be able to use it to share it with others.
Hold that for me, okay? I don't have any plot points.
Mhm.
That works, right?
That's fine. Yeah. Who do you want to pass it to, Kelsey?
I'm gonna pass it to, Powerhouse, and I'm gonna say to her, like, is she laying on the ground still from being like hit?
Oh, Kelsey, you were just gifted a plot point. Thank you, Kate.
Oh my god!
Thank you, Kate. Hi, Kate.
Okay, then now I'm giving that to to Bruce. Thank you, Kate.
Amazing. So
Oh
that
my
is
god, perfect.
that is an open asset now to the whole group.
So we can use this thing.
We can call it. It is called Mystical Crowbar, and it is. What'd you say? It was a D10, I believe. Yes. Fantastic. So that asset is usable till the end of this scene. Cool. What? Sorry, Kelsey. You were talking.
I'm passing it off to Powerhouse, and I'm saying, "Get up, you got this. Knock him dead, kid."
Oh.
She like you those who may be watching, especially Daredevil, I think you're close by, you see an anger, just like the most pissed off sort of. I mean, she was just like so like
Chill.
almost like innocent and like sort of like giving off very like naive vibes, and now she looks like she could I mean rip a tank apart. I mean, she just looks ferocious right now, and truly reminds you of I mean, honestly, probably her mother more than her father, but very much both of them. She is, let's see, Thunderball's right there. She's gonna get up and try to just smack him down.
Hell yes. I think maybe I say, "Are you sure about that?" And I'm cut off mid-sentence
That
by
is
the
a
smell of her anger.
A close victory here, as she is going to, I'm gonna go for mental stress on this one, which I know stick with me for a second. I think she kind of stands up. She like pops her shoulder back into place, and then she kind of like jukes or like sort of like I guess feints, to use that word again. Thunderball as he sort of swings, and just like to the point where the momentum was going one way, and then she kind of ducks the other way, and as he tries to shift, the ball and chain sort of just kind of slip out of his hand momentarily. She grabs it and just swings around and just like kind of pops him with it. Not enough to like, I mean, really hurt him, but enough to sort of rattle him in a way that I don't think he was expecting. So he's a little shook at the moment, which is mental stress of D8. So it's just gonna pop his mental stress up 1.
Has he been disarmed too? Did you say she popped him with his own weapon?
Yeah, but he's not disarmed. He's just yeah.
Disoriented.
Just for flavor text, that's all that was.
He is shooketh. Yes, Kate.
He is shooketh. Oh no. I messed the thing up. Beep, 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 beep. Moving the name
Justin,
back.
how could you?
I know. I'm a piece of shit.
No!
Yep.
All right. Slowly gaining here.
Yep.
We've got, who's next? That is Powerhouse. So she's going to give it now to
Grab's like, gimme!
yeah, she out of like the corner of her eye sees the crowbar skid over to you, and we jump to that, Graham.
Okay, I pick up the crowbar. I don't know if there's an Asgardian like power up moment, but for a split second, Bruce Banner is like holding one hand on his chest to keep his heart rate down, and with the other, I'm going to use my medical specialty to find a bad little pressure point to strike on I'm going to go. Let's do Bulldozer. Bulldozer was pretty close to me, right?
Yeah, and Bulldozer's sort of being tormented by Johnny Storm right now too.
Yeah, perfect. And I'll add his D10 stress. And yeah, I'm just using Mystical Crowbar.
Hell yeah.
I think that works.
I will say the crowbar is incredibly heavy for you. And yet you somehow just sort of make it work.
Yeah, okay, and then I'll use my man or monster distinction, and I'll say, I don't know, do I look green to you yet? And try and strike him like right in the, I don't know, like that soft part under your arm,
Yeah,
armpit.
You know this thing.
I was like, well, yeah, like that really nasty part where like if you get hit there, you're like, oh. Here we go. Okay, that's a 17.
17 is kind of blow my 11 out of the water.
Yes.
Yes.
So it steps up my effect, but
That's heroic.
either way, it's going to be the same thing. So he goes up to D12 physical stress.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think if I don't have a plot point. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
I will pass it then to let's see. Who was Johnny? You were still on. Oh, but you just went, right?
I went.
Okay, I'll go to Black Widow.
Excellent.
Are you still in
Right.
the sink?
Yes, my ass is still in the sink. And she'll say something like, okay, here comes some Russian that I don't know how to say. She'll say something like, "Poshelnahui," which means fuck you. And then she'll...
Yes.
And so I'm inside. Who is still inside?
All right. Real quick. First of all, Graham, you were given a plot point by Kate in the chat. Thank you, Kate.
Kate's rich.
You are in the sink. Standing in front of you is Pile Driver, and
Excellent.
on his shoulders, in the it's kind of sort of the position you were wanting to be in, is Nightcrawler. Behind that is Eclipse, and next to her, well, no longer next to her, is Bruce with the crowbar. So
Okay,
that's sort of who's
so-
near you. Yeah.
I'm gonna go for since I'm dazed and I'm there in the sink. I'm just gonna, give my electric blast to pile driver, and I'll say to Nightcrawler something like, heads up. And I can't use the mystical crowbar asset unless I'm using the crowbar physically, correct?
Right.
Okay, good. Okay, so I won't do that. Okay. Do I need to add any die to my roll for pile driver in?
Yes, he has. You can take your choice between a D10 physical or a D8 mental, or if you want to spend a plot point, you can do both.
I'll do a D10 physical.
Great.
Here we go.
Real quick question, because I clearly haven't been tracking it, who among you have stress? Do any of you have stress? Nobody, except for Daredevil.
Yeah, I've got D8 stress.
Bless
Gosh.
his heart.
I clearly haven't been going hard enough on you guys. / my dice have been sucking.
Mine too.
Right, the dice.
I rolled 2 1s. Just to let you know, 2 1s
Oh.
earlier.
Ones, thank you.
Ooh.
I was about to say there have been like 0 1s rolled by you guys this whole
Well,
time.
all by Elise.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I got them all.
It's not Natasha's day.
That's weird.
So I will
Yikes.
take both of those ones from you, and
Okay.
I will throw a d6 and step it up immediately.
Great.
So that's 2 plot points for you.
Excellent.
She does subterfuge. She's not really, a bar
Yeah,
brawler.
this is a lot for her, for sure. And then my total was 13 and my effect was a D10.
Total was 13. This is on pile driver. Okay. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. I'm gonna let that one ride. So that is gonna be a failure for me. A success for you.
Woo!
I was so scared for a second.
It's all
I was
about
like, wait.
perspective. So, amazing. So what was your effect?
My effect was a D10.
Awesome. And how did you want to spend it?
Physical stress.
Physical stress. On
Right in his
pile
chest.
driver. That pushes him up to a D12, I believe. So him and him and Bulldozer are both on the cusp. Wrecker's close too. So, sorry, you might have already, but for the sake of my crazy brain, just describe to me how that looks.
Excellent. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sitting in the sink. I'm dazed. You know that sound when you like hit your head really hard and it's like just that whistle tone kind of coming out of it, but I see Nightcrawler on top of pile driver, and that's who I'm hitting, right? Did I make that up? Am I right?
No,
Pile
you got
driver.
that right.
Excellent.
Yes.
Perfect. And I just raise my wrist and I, of course, push hell nach hui. Heads up! Right in his chest.
Amazing. Sick. Who do you want to pass it to?
Oh, yes. And then I will pass it to Rogue.
Okay. So, who's all outside? Baddies wise?
Baddies wise, you have Thunderball and Wrecker.
Okay. So Rogue is going to fly out and she is going to snatch Thunderball because he's in a grips with Powerhouse right now, right? They're still fighting?
Yeah.
Or did she knock him? Okay.
Well, I mean, they're sort of tussling, Thunderball and Powerhouse. I mean, they're going back and forth.
She's gonna fly in and just snatch him, and she's gonna say, "Mind if I cut in?" And she's just gonna start flying just like sonic boom, just poof, straight up. And she's gonna say, I've had just about enough of you yahoos, and she's just gonna let him go.
Amazing.
Just drop them.
Just drop him. She's just gonna drop him. She's like, I don't think you
love
can
it.
fly.
Phenomenal. This is Thunderball. Go ahead and roll
Yeah.
me go ahead and roll for this. This is great.
Okay. Okay, that is a. I rolled a 1,
Woohoo!
but that's a 19
19. God.
with a D10.
Do you ever roll poorly?
I rolled a 1, motherfucker.
That's amazing. I will buy your 1.
Okay.
to add yet another d6 to the doom pool. I've got to figure out how to step these up. Graham, remind me how to step them up in the doom pool.
Well, you could step one up instead of adding one.
Oh, okay. Thank God. I will do that now.
I should have just punched him. I get high. I get 10s if I use strength. Flying is only 8.
For anybody at home who's like watching and you're like, God, where'd they get this guy to DM?
No.
Listen,
We got him because we
I'm
love him
figuring
and
it
he's
out.
Yeah.
They
good.
can deal with us. if they
Sometimes
think
you're
so.
Yeah.
desperate. Oh, we love you.
You got to work on that self-talk.
I expect nothing less from Kelsey.
As a perpetual, we'll never DM ever. We appreciate it.
Thank you, chat. Kate just gifted another plot point, this time for Elise's Ukrainian.
Yeah. For her bilingual beatdown.
Aw.
Bilingual beatdown.
You so much.
That's gotta be like a Rosetta Stone for kids or something.
Right.
Let's
It's got
see.
a cartoon dog that raps and he has a beanie on his head.
So
The rap of the
He
rapper?
says "fuck you."
Yeah.
I am going to remove a die from the Doom pool to add another to my roll here. Or to my total, rather. Which will actually now beat your 19 by 1 point to make it a 20.
Gross. That's
You
a gross thing to do.
and I complimented you.
Yeah, I know, thanks.
This is why I don't like Justin, guys. He pulls shit like this.
So, Rebecca, as Rogue, you go, you boom into the sky. Dust sort of kicks off on the ground. The rest of you kind of have to watch. And as you go and you go to drop Thunderball, you didn't catch, but as you were pulling him, he was dragging his ball and chain behind him, and when you got to the top, it sort of momentum sort of kept carrying it around. So as you drop him, he goes and he grabs the 2 chains and kind of pulls them together, and you realize it gets caught around your neck. And as you drop him, he kind of pulls you down with him, so you're both he's sort of pulling you as you're sort of resisting the flying, and he is going to try and swing you towards the ground. So I am going to spend another die from the Doom pool to use
Come
my
on,
effect
bitch!
die on you now.
So do I roll anything?
You do not. This is just going to be a straight up effect as a reaction. So this is a D8. I wish it was more, but it was hard enough getting that. This is going to be a D8. I'm going to call it, it's going to be a complication against
Mhm.
Rogue. And it's going to be called Chokehold. Fantastic. Rogue, that was the end of your turn. Who do you want to pass it to?
I am gonna pass it to. Well, Daredevil's the only one who hadn't gone yet. Shoot,
On
Daredevil.
your team.
Oh yeah. Well, I already said it, so I said
Sure,
it.
that's fine.
I ain't gonna take it away now.
So I'm outside with Bruce and Wreckers right there as well, right?
Yes. Wrecker, yes.
Good. So I think first I turn to Bruce. I say, "How's the pulse, big man?"
I could use some dark chocolate.
I say, "Hand me that thing."
Oh
Okay,
damn.
yeah. I'll toss it up.
Oh, damn.
You toss it. It's not light, but you kind of heft it up.
Fair.
Yeah, go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
No, you're good. I think I turn to Wrecker and I say, "I beat the shit out of you once. I can do it again, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of him with his own weapon."
Damn.
Okay, make the action roll, buddy.
I will.
Laying on the devil pretty thick there.
Yeah, I'm all pissed off.
Don't forget, you can take his D10 complication. Do complications last the rest of the scene, or do they go away?
Yep. By
when they're
default,
no
it's till
longer-
the end of the next action
Thank
scene.
you. So you get Hollis, you get his D10 complication and his
And the mystical.
well, yeah, but also his D10 stress.
Right.
So-
Oh shit. Okay, cool.
His physical stress as well. So that's a D10 physical stress, a D10 complication, and a D10 mystic crowbar. So
Damn.
3D10 added to this roll. Because he is
Okay.
not looking great, dude.
No.
Although he does get to add your D8 physical stress to his roll.
Right on. Well, sorry about you, pal.
Woo.
Got a 19 with a D10 effect.
I got a 19 as well with the D8 effect. However, you are the actor, and because I don't want to spend any more from the Doom pool, you will succeed on this. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered. I guess I could. I'm on the reactor. Yeah, I couldn't have done anything anyway. So, what do you tell me how it goes, baby?
Well, first I shoot Bruce a wink before realizing that he can't see through my, and I'm just like, I'm so pissed off that trying to be cool isn't working for me. So yeah, I turn to the wrecker, say I beat the shit out of you once, I can do it again. I charge at his chest, and I mean, I'm just like laying on him right in the sternum, just trying to subdue him and get him down so I can get some information.
Amazing.
The irony that you didn't realize I couldn't see is just.
So, do you want this to be physical stress to sort of knock him out of the scene? Or did you want to up his Here's the thing, and you're not like beating him to a pulp where he can't answer questions for you anymore.
No. I just want him like subdued, right?
Yeah.
So then in that case, physical stress.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So and it makes sense, but you're just beating him with his own crowbar.
Yeah.
Smack. He collapses and just. Are you Daredevil? He is smacked.
Hollis, you got a
stupid
plot point, just so you know.
for the week.
Oh,
specifically.
hell yes! Thank you, Kate. That's really.
Amazing. So Wrecker is knocked out of the scene. Hollis, who does Daredevil pass it to?
I'm passing it right to Johnny.
Sorry,
Okay.
buddy. So,
Sorry.
They've
Pardon.
already gone.
you're good. All of you guys have already gone, so your options left are Eclipse, Nightcrawler, Piledriver, or Thunderbolt.
I'm going to. You said Powerhouse is there, yeah?
Not Powerhouse.
Not Powerhouse. I'm gonna pass it to Piledriver. I'm gonna work with the other team.
Great. And it's not working with. I mean, remember when you're passing this along, it's like what happens next in the comic. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know, Justin.
Like, okay, great. All right. So Piledriver is he's got the fuzzy blue elf on his back. Let's see. Oh, and right, Black Widow just dealt him some. Was it physical? Yeah, physical stress, right? That you did to him. Boy, oh boy. I think he is just going to try and take a smack at Nightcrawler to try and get him off of his back. It's always fun when I roll against myself. Everyone loves that. That is going to be a success against Nightcrawler. So, Nightcrawler will take 1d10 physical stress. Let me see if I can add that real quick. Okay. Yeah, Nightcrawler, he kind of, Piledriver just and pops Nightcrawler right off the back. His head sort of snaps back, and Nightcrawler lands like on the, like sort of the table where all those documents and stuff were, just crashes right into that. Piledriver is now going to pass it over to Eclipse, who's right next to him there. Eclipse is going to... I got 4 turns in a row here. Okay, Eclipse is going to... I think Bruce, where are you at? I think Eclipse is going to build an asset real quick on her turn. It's the Doom Pool here.
Yeah, I'm next to Wrecker and Daredevil.
Okay, sick.
We're outside, is that right?
Yes.
Cool.
So she, oh, that's great. She builds a D10 asset, not builds, but rather has, and she's going to say, Dr. Banner, and kind of chuck it your way, and you catch in your hands sort of like, large, like, restraints or like handcuffs. They're like, they look like they were sort of MacGyvered together with different scrap metal and pieces of things, but you recognize them to be some sort of power dampeners, and that is going to be a D10 asset, power dampeners.
Ooh.
That
Wow.
That I am just, as the GM saying, is a gift for you, because I don't want to have
Cool.
to do this much me-on-me action. You heard me.
I heard you on you.
So that's Pile Driver, that's Eclipse. We go now to Nightcrawler, who is going to sort of get up and try to take one more swipe at Pile Driver here. Okay. Nightcrawler looks like he is gonna get the last laugh here. Nightcrawler lunges forward again with his dagger and kind of jukes Piledriver out and then stabs him like in the side, like his gut, and just kind of collapses forward. Piledriver is knocked out with physical stress. And that leaves Thunderball. So Eclipse and Nightcrawler have gone. If you could change that for me, Graham. And Thunderball is left. Last one in the round. Thunderball is dragging Rogue down out of the sky, just his pure weight and just sort of muscles. He's like dangling from like a noose around your neck, basically. But he is trying his like best to sort of tighten it and sort of choke you out.
Okay.
Sorry. Does that... Kelsea, you okay?
I said okay.
Were you getting
I just
too
hated him.
hot and heavy over there?
No, it's not hot. This guy's a dick,
The
and he needs
chokehold?
to get his hands off my lady.
Ooh,
Okay.
you lady.
Gross. We good? We good?
Oh, we
good.
good? Hey, are we good, everybody?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let's see. We have Thunderbolt. Right, got it. Rogue, sorry. Rogue, if you could go ahead and make a reaction roll. He is going to continue trying to sort of suffocate you.
Alright.
I forgot to add the chokehold die, actually. Don't forget, you can add to your roll a D8 of mental stress from him.
Okay, but I also have a D8 complication, right?
From
From the chokehold.
Yeah, that's something that I add to my roll.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a reactionary, I can't use like any of my abilities or anything.
You can, yeah. It just
Okay.
well, your special effects sometimes it depends on
Mm-hmm.
what they specifically say.
So if you use Mimic in your reaction, you can use your Power Drain.
Okay. Here we go. That's a heavy dice. Oh, get out of my way. All right, let's see. Madre puto. But I can use. I can use a plot point to help with my roll.
You can spend a plot point to add another die from your pool into your total. So you had 3 dice together instead of just 2.
Okay.
Alternatively, you could. It's a little too late, I think, to add another die to your pool.
Okay. For next time. All right. That is a 15 with a D10.
Okay. I also got a 15, and I forgot who was the actor here. Whose turn
It's
is
your
it?
turn. It's his turn.
Okay. So I got a 15 as well, with a D10. So
succeed.
Woo, brain fry, guys. Almost out of this battle. Don't worry.
It's a lot going on.
Woo, it is. Okay,
It's
so I
awesome.
succeed. Thunderbolt succeeds. And he is going to use that D10 to step up your chokehold complication to a D10.
Okay.
And just tighten that chain around your neck.
Okay. Yeah, I think what's happening is, so he's tightening it, and while they're falling, she's trying to get her gloves off, so she's not really fighting back.
Amazing.
She's trying to get ready.
I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to you, Rogue. I think logically that's a good next step.
All right, hang on, let me clear my tray real quick. I shouldn't have done that. Fuck. Okay, hang on. Sorry. I was like, yeah, let me clear that, and I'm like, no, that was everything I needed.
Took away everything.
Okay. And that is. Okay. All right. So what Rogue is going to try and do is, she is, she's got she's taken her gloves off, and well, at least one glove off, and she says, "Sorry, sugar, but you're not the man to chain me down." And she's like reaching for his face with her bare hand. And
Amazing.
and so that is. Get out of my way, dice. Okay, sorry. That is
Preemptively nominating that as an XP.
And Becca, don't forget to add his D8 mental stress to your roll.
Shoot. Okay.
You can add it after the fact. That's okay.
Okay. Hang on. I'm not so good with numbers, so I'm writing this down. So in case I don't know what this dice tray does. Right? Is that a thing? It doesn't do a thing. Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm doing my best.
Oh, you're fine. I've been taking longer than that.
Oh, that didn't do anything anyway. So that is a 17 with a D10.
So that is a success.
Awesome.
I got a 12. Shit, that's a heroic success.
D12 effect.
D12.
Yes. So that's a D12 effect. What are you wanting it to go?
Well, I wanted to go
as-
to his. What'd you call? I would call that physical damage because she's using the power drain on him, and he ain't got no powers outside of his little weapon, does he? He doesn't really have any like special abilities. He's just
he
thick.
does have like
Just thick.
supernatural strength, and durability, and all those kind of Asgardian sort of just like musculature as well.
Okay, yeah.
In
I mean,
addition,
if you
to-
wanted to, there's no reason why you couldn't flavor it as mental drain from your leech, leeching of his,
Yeah.
and it would be mechanically better. I don't know, just to
No,
help.
I absolutely
Yeah.
agree. I was like, I don't know if I can use it for that or not. But yeah, I would love for it to be like, yeah, let's
Yeah.
do mental damage, and she's just like, hand to the face, just draining him.
amazing, yeah.
And she's going with the fall now, but he's on the bottom, and she's just like missile down into the ground, like with him just.
Phenomenal. So that pulls him up to a D12 mental stress. And I'm reading your power drain real quick. Sorry, the effect die is the same as the chosen powers, which would mean
So I
you
can use it.
basically get. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Trying to
I'm still trying to understand it
decipher
too.
this. When you successfully use Mimic in an action or reaction, create a power drain asset or complication using one of the opponent's powers. I see. So you basically... but that would be instead of stress.
Right.
So we maybe don't want to do that flavoring, probably. I
It's
mean,
up to you. Whatever you want to do.
Rebecca, it's up to you. Would you rather get him up to a D12 mental stress, or have a power drain asset that you can use in the future?
Yeah, I just want to do the mental stress. I'm just trying to take
yeah.
this guy out and make him hurt.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that makes sense right now in the scene. So cool. Fantastic. Just slams back into the ground. And let's see, that is your turn, Rebecca. So who are you passing it to?
I'm gonna pass it to. I'm gonna pass it to Eclipse.
Awesome. Okay, Eclipse. She is inside. She just built that asset for Bruce. She is going to try and help you take down Bulldozer. Johnny. She will. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Okay. So Eclipse sort of runs forward and she kind of pulls out a canister from like a secret, I don't know, pocket somewhere on her body and just kind of chucks it at Bulldozer's like near his face as you have him sort of held by the legs there, Johnny. It kind of explodes in his face. It's not like a explosion, it's like a cloud or something like that of sort of like gas. And you see he's like choking on it. It's only a D6 effect, but it will up his... Oh, he was already at 12. Oh, hell yeah, that's gonna actually stress him out. So Bulldozer it falls over. He is stressed out, and then she calls to you, Bruce, and she says, "One down, big guy, or one more, big guy," and calls to you, Bruce.
You don't want to see the big guy, believe me. Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
I thought the big kids would handle the rest of this fight. All right, I'll take those power dampeners and like charge them up. And I'll try to snap that around Thunderbolt. Now, where is Thunderbolt? He's got Rogue around the neck.
Not anymore.
We're currently in a crater.
Okay.
She just slammed him back into the ground, so he is freshly on the ground.
Okay, so I'll kind of like work my way over there. I'm trying to go briskly, but not get my heart rate up. And yeah, let's see. So I got Power Dampener. I'm going to use D8 Genius in a Bottle to try and get like just the right approach here. I'm going to use my tech specialty at 2D8. And then he's got D10, D12 mental stress.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just using the distraction to get in there and try and flip that power dampener around his neck, I presume.
And you know, I don't know who among you knows this guy very well, but Thunderbolt is actually a genius intellect level villain. He of the four of them, he's the only one who's actually incredibly smart. His name is Dr. Elliot Franklin. So I think to be after however 25 years of sort of being on top, if you were, as it were, to get his ass handed to him here by some people he wasn't even expecting to fight today, is definitely a mental stress on him.
Cool. So I rolled a 1 if you want to activate my hitch.
Yes, please.
Then I am debating whether I want to use my plot point. Yeah, I'll use it, and I'm going to just really buff this up. It's going to put my total at a 19 with a D12 effect.
Fantastic. I got a 14, so that is a heroic even.
It's so it bumps up beyond a D12. That's cool. So I just like click, and I'm going to mental stress him and leech his powers, and hopefully that knocks him out of the fight.
Who are you people?
This is where I would say our team name if I had any.
A blast from the
creativity.
past, sugar.
Phenomenal. And as you have apprehended, defeated, kicked the shit out of, handed their asses to them, the wrecking crew here in Fisk Lake City, We're gonna jump to a brief bio break here, and we'll be right back in just about 5 minutes. So don't go away. BRB. Hello again. We are back from our brief bio break. Brief bio break. Wow. If you're just joining us, welcome. I'm looking at you, Sumkey. Welcome back. We have just spent the last while, like almost 2 hours, in battle with the Wrecking Crew here in Fisk Lake City. So as sort of the dust settles on that scene, we will cut forward, but to where is the question? In the aftermath of this battle, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys about sort of like what you want to happen. Do you apprehend the Wrecking Crew, and if so, where do you take them? Your little base has a huge hole in the wall, and it's probably not a good idea anymore. Nightcrawler, Powerhouse, Eclipse, they can sort of maybe have a second escape or a second safe house. If maybe that's you just want to go there. I just didn't know if there was something immediate you wanted to happen with these, characters in the moment.
Okay, so I did have a question about something.
Yeah.
But it's more about like once we get to the discussion of planning shit. But so Rogue touched the smart one. And when she absorbs power, sometimes she gets memories. Could she
I love that.
maybe have access to some things that could help us
That's
in
awesome.
planning?
And yes, I will circle back to that in a second.
Cool.
Any opportunity I can have to sort of just download information into your character brain, I will take. So, yeah, I love the idea that she can absorb bits of memory with her. Yeah, of course. But do you think we're just going to the
Secondary.
safe house?
Yeah.
And now, are you taking all 4 of the Wrecking Crew with you?
The question is, are we going after the leadership of Fisk Lake City? If we're not, then it probably is pointless to try and do anything with these guys, right? We could just leave them.
No, there's not really.
I wonder if they could, if we could get some intel as to how to get out of Fisk Lake City safely and without being seen, maybe? I don't know if that's a thing.
Well, I think that'd be like a Powerhouse Nightcrawler thing. Like I don't. Think
that's super fair. Super
sorry.
fair.
But yeah, I think we should more make a plan of getting out of Dodge, because like there's nothing we can really get out of Fisk except, kicking his ass.
A question for
Which
you,
is
Justin.
good.
Do they need their Asgardian items to transform and have their power?
That's a great question. I didn't do that much research on them.
I remember there being a comic issue where they break in and get their stuff back, and they're like, "Now we're in business."
Hell yeah. That's
So-
actually no. I think that's great.
So maybe we
without
take their
their
items and leave them.
in fact, the Wrecker without his crowbar probably should have been slightly less powerful. But anyway, yeah, you can see that without their items for over an hour, they have turned much more into sort of wrinkly old men.
Well, that feels less like
Their
like a
leg hair's
win.
all gone. It's just like pale, hairless legs.
Ugh.
Ugh. I feel less good about kicking their asses now that they're just old men.
I mean, these aren't the only guys here. Like, isn't this where Wiccan is? Aren't we supposed to be helping these people?
Oh right, Wiccan! I forgot about him. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting Wiccan out.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to the chance of having our conversation about priorities.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like you guys are trying to run away from the fight and just save yourselves. I thought you were supposed to be heroes. Yeah.
Did someone call me a hero? I don't know.
Oh, not you. Obviously, everyone else. Jesus.
There are going to be fights wherever we are. There are fights at home too. We should get back there.
We've got 2 choices. We can stay here, find Billy, or we can head somewhere and find one of the 3 elements. We have to get on the same page now.
Well, I think we already took out a good chunk of Fisk's muscle, and now we know what we're up against. So I think we go get Billy out first, and then get to work on building this contraption.
I agree. He could probably help us find it all anyway, but he needs to power it, so we should get him
Sorcerer
sooner
Supreme
rather than later. Mm-hmm.
sounds pretty useful.
All right, so that's that then. Cool.
During this conversation, I'll be like bandaging and dressing whatever
Sure.
Daredevil's wounds are.
This conversation sort of taking place in the secondary safe house, which does not look lived in. It actually looks like somebody else lives here, and maybe is a sort of just like a civilian, but sort of supports the resistance in this way and is allowing them to sort of just you guys all to sort of hide here. You have taken the items away from the wrecking crew, but left them there. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you have these sort of like enchanted weapons. Now, this is like sort of a transition scene. Everybody's stress should get stepped back 1, I believe, automatically. I will do so for Powerhouse and Nightcrawler.
And then I think I'm
Daredevil.
rolling against the Doom Pool.
And then, yeah, against the Doom Pool to see if you can heal Daredevil even more.
So I've got a 13.
Is there such thing as heroic success on a on a recovery roll?
Possibly, yeah. I might be able to
Because
recover 2
I
stuff.
got a 6 and a 1. I mean,
Cool.
I got a 6 as my total, but I also rolled a 1 separately.
Okay.
So anyway, so while he's looking that up, Powerhouse, or Eclipse, is actually looking. She's sort of nursing Nightcrawler a little bit, and Powerhouse. Danny is. You haven't seen her this amped up before. After, like, sort of this post-battle energy. She's got adrenaline just, like, coursing through her. And, is having just like an ADHD sort of, like, you know, sugar high sort of energy kind of bouncing off the walls here. And she says, "All right, so we're just gonna heal up real quick, and then we're gonna go, right? We're gonna get Billy. That's the plan."
Yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna do. What else do you have that you can tell us to help us? I mean,
problem is we had some blueprints of the castle, but they were destroyed back there in the ruckus. The only thing I managed to get was this, and she has a rolled up, you can tell it's the Atlas. She hands it to you, Johnny.
alrighty. And I start looking at it and I'm like, I mean, what do you know about who he's got? Like, as far as like, what kind of powers are there?
You mean you mean in the castle?
Yeah, like who's on Fisk's side? That
Well, I
we need to
mean,
be
it was
prepared
really
to
just
fight.
the wrecking crew. He's also there's this really skeezy guy, I think, and she gets interrupted by Eclipse, who sort of steps into the room after Nightcrawler looks like he's laying down and resting for a little bit. But Eclipse steps into the room and she says, "His name's Matt Gargan, and he's a real piece of shit. You may know him as Scorpion."
Oh.
So that's it.
It's just
All right.
him.
Well, don't get me wrong. I mean, this is Danny. Don't get me wrong. He's got a bunch of enforcers. I mean, real military state types. Lots of weaponry. It's not easy to just break in, although maybe a little better with you all here.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's go tomorrow after we get a chance to rest up a little bit. Hey, Bruce, earn your keep. And I throw the atlas at him.
Yeah.
Mr. I don't want to help people, I guess. What the fuck?
Look, I let's talk about this, because I didn't say that I didn't want to help people. I just said that, you know, we would probably agree that we want to go home, and if that's the case, we need to discuss if that's possible. Whether or not that's possible, we can still discuss helping other people. I got no problem with that.
Bruce has
Okay.
just like dressed my wounds, and now I'm like de-stressed completely.
Yep.
So I think I stand up, I maybe put a hand on his shoulder and say, we can all be right here. There's not one answer to our problems.
And honestly, like, forgive me, I just, in my experience, keeping people safe often means not getting involved. And that's usually my default. You don't want to see the other guy come out and level a town and harm these people who've already had it bad enough. But if we want to discuss something more proactive, then I'm interested.
Well, it might be time to call out the big guy once we get into Fisk's office. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if it's so secure, then it might be a good place for you to have a little bit of a freak out sesh, you know? But I think that, you know, I wouldn't want you to do anything you're not comfortable with. And this isn't about being right, Daredevil. This is about using the gifts that we've been given. I mean, I'm not just super hot. I'm also here to help people, okay? That was a pun, and it was fucking good. Come on, guys.
I'm sorry. It was funny.
There's something I haven't really discussed or thought about with you guys, and it's the fact that of all of you, Daredevil is the only one who has a secret identity. And I haven't really thought about it much, and it doesn't really mean much to these people in this world, but among the 5 of you, Hollis, do you think anybody actually knows your real name? I mean...
Nobody but Danny, who I told in the last
Okay.
episode.
So, not Natasha?
Ooh.
I think
No.
I might. No?
Yeah?
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Rock, paper, scissors.
And maybe... and
do
Elise, it might be a situation where you figured it out, but he doesn't know you know?
Yeah,
you know?
I think that might be
Oh, I
accurate.
love that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, that works for me. I like that, and I think it'll add to the tension later.
Kelsea, you got a plot point?
I know, I like it.
Phenomenal. Okay, just wanted to get that out there.
Thanks, pal.
So, is there anything anybody else wants to cover or do in this transition scene?
Did Rogue have any bright ideas?
Sorry, yes. Thank you. I meant to bring that up. So as Danny was talking about how you don't have information anymore about the castle, you sort of, you know, almost like have like an episode, you know, have a little flash of memory.
It's like that's so Raven. Just
Yes, please.
Amazing, yeah.
So good.
You see the castle, and I have a whole description written here. Let me
got you with your pants down, didn't I?
find it real quick. So you see the castle, and you guys can't see from where, like from your side of the city here where you've been. I'll remind you, this is Salt Lake City, or what once was Salt Lake City. On the other side of the city, you see this sort of fortified conversion of what was once called Temple Square. I knew I got Graham on that one.
Amazing.
The castle is surrounded by like an interior stone wall. So like the entire city is surrounded by a large stone wall, and there's a smaller stone wall still made of solid stone around sort of the the campus that is Temple Square, inside of which there's like courtyard gardens that sort of share space with large tents housing weapons, supplies. There's like barracks, makeshift barracks, other sort of militaristic structures, sort of contrasting this like beautiful garden-esque scene. At the center of this large sort of courtyard is the chapel itself. What once was a chapel. For anybody who hasn't actually been to Temple Square, it's like 200 and something feet tall. It's massive. It is very gorgeous. The still standing 200 feet tall, now called the castle. Although it has deteriorated a little bit, this structure remains incredibly impressive. And atop each spire, sort of draped down, you see these like white and purple banners, sort of folded in a way that you can't quite see insignias on them or anything. You sort of get a flash of that, Rogue, and then a flash of the interior of the castle, which, for the record, this is where the similarities to Temple Square end. The interior of this place looks nothing like Temple Square. But you see a sort of throne room, and you see the other 3 members of the wrecking crew sort of, there's like this scene playing out in front of you. It's sort of muffled hearing, like you can't really hear people, but you sort of like are visualizing it. You see Scorpion, this sort of, what once was probably like a green suit has now sort of turned to like this moldy black looking color, and he like this, again, old man face, but his is somehow so much more sinister, so much creepier, and just evil looking than the wrecking crew. He's sort of having a conversation with them, and you sort of feel that like everyone sort of turns and stops talking as someone enters the room, and they're sort of draped in shadow, and then the memory sort of fades from there and just cuts to a dark hallway, and there's a dark hallway, and at the end of which, glowing from behind some like bars, is a light. And as you sort of walk down that hallway and turn, you see inside, in this sort of sickly green light, is a young, not so young, I guess. Hang on, let me check what I wrote down for age. A 40s, mid 40s, sort of
So young.
dashing,
Hot.
plenty
Plenty of life left.
Yes.
Mhm.
Still in
dark
the prime.
hair, piercing eyes, but looks very weak in this moment. You recognize Billy Kaplan. Wiccan is sort of mystically, magically, like sort of chained to the ground with these sort of greenish lights, and just looks like in sort of immense pain.
So like the
and
lights
then
dampering his
sort
stuff.
of pulling off of that. Yeah, they're like lights. They're like chains made of light, sort of binding him to the ground, essentially.
Nice.
But that's when it sort of, you flash back into present.
I think when that happens, she's just like, Jesus Christ on a cracker, that was intense. And she's like, sorry y'all, I still got that thunderhead stuck in my head. And I think I see some stuff. I think we might be able to have a chance. But I'm gonna need a pen. I need to write it down before I forget.
Yeah, so
Bruce?
Rebecca,
Yeah, Bruce.
if you would,
You got pens.
You have pens. You're smart.
You have pens.
Yeah.
He's like, Yeah. It was creepy.
Yeah.
He has like a little golf pencil.
Yeah.
Rebecca, if you would like to, go ahead and make me a roll.
Okay.
That's sort of against the Doom Pool here to see if you can create an asset. Just to sort of like a mind map to sort of get your way, make your way through the castle and sort of understand how it's all going.
Could I use my D12 since this is my mimic? Since I'm
Yeah,
using that?
definitely, yeah.
All right. And I'm gonna add. Can I add a plot point to boost it? Because it's a small pool right now.
Yes.
Aight.
You can add a D6 to it.
That is a 15 with a D12 effect.
Awesome. I got a 11 with a D8. So
Ooh.
you create a. You said a D12 effect?
Uh-huh.
Holy shit. Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah, my
That's
D12 did.
awesome.
My D12 was a 2. I almost had a heart attack, and I was like, "You betrayed me." But then I was like, "Oh wait, no, it's still good."
Well, it's appropriate that your D12 was your mimic die, and that's the one that's really carrying you through here. So, you can name this whatever you want, but it'll be an asset that is usable only by you, until the end of the next action scene.
I'm gonna take inspiration from Elisa and call it Mind Palace.
Nice.
Mind Palace. Love it. What else? Did anybody else want anything to get done? I think Graham, you had something maybe.
Yeah, I'll approach. Was it Eclipse who had the tool belt and the power dampener?
Yeah.
Or was that Powerhouse?
Eclipse had the tool belt, all the gadgets. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll reference the. Do we take the power dampener off? The wrecking crew.
Yeah, sure.
That
makes sense, yeah.
I'll bring it to her and I'll say, hey, so thanks for this. I did have a chance to use it. I was wondering, I had some thoughts about a modification. Now, if the big guy's going to be going into battle here, it would probably behoove us to maybe create something, maybe something that we could insert in the back of my neck, something remote controlled.
Whoa.
In case things get out of hand, someone presses a button and I power down. Honestly, I can't think of a better safety switch to have if we're getting risky.
Okay.
I've got some ideas but I could use an extra brain on it, maybe.
Yeah.
Set of hands.
Honestly, I've got some ideas too. This isn't the first time I've thought about how to depower Hulks. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's figure it out. So she will help you out. Do you want to
Cool.
go ahead and make a roll
Yes.
for this?
Let's see. So I'll do 2d8 tech, or I'll do tech, then Buddy at d8.
Buddy.
Now, can she give you like a die from?
Yeah.
She has to spend a plot point to do that or not?
I think in a transition scene, yeah, maybe. I think I was just looking at that.
Okay.
Possibly.
Well, yeah, that's right. I'll figure it out.
It's up to you. I mean, honestly, if she's a GMC, so you just can just say.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, yeah, I like the idea that you came to her for help on this. So, I'll just give you. You can take a D10 for her. Well, no, actually, you know what? Take a. Fuck it. Take a D12 because she's got a D12 genius intellect. So
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
All right, genius in a ball.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Whose house are we staying at?
a civilian. You can find out if you like.
I would like to.
Sure. You sort of. I'll come back to you in a second, Graham. You, Johnny, are sort of maybe. You know, you can't stay put in this, like, unlike the last apartment, this one is sort of like up on the 3rd floor, so it's, you can't just walk outside anytime you want. But I think you're maybe you can go down the stairwell and just kind of need some air. And down there, you see a woman, early 50s maybe. She looks, she like everyone else here in this sort of world that you've met.
So hot.
She looks incredibly tired. She is so hot.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, she does look
Marissa
hot.
Tomei.
She looks like she hasn't slept in days. She looks, but there's sort of like a, no, that's creepy. Never mind. I was gonna say that. I was gonna say she reminds you of your sister in a certain way of like determination, but you probably wouldn't find that hot.
Looks like Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, can she just look like
guess.
my
Hot older woman.
You've been given the ingredients.
For some reason, when you said looks
Make
like
it
your
so.
sister, I was thinking my sister, and I was like, but yeah,
Mine.
all right, so it looks sort of like my sister and Marissa Tomei squished together. I'm into it. So I just come and I sort of like lean against the wall. Thanks for letting us stay at your place. What was your name?
What? Hi,
What's your name?
Veronica.
Veronica. I'm Johnny. I'm sorry to just barge in on you like this, but it means a lot.
Yeah. Well, I'll do what I can to help the resistance.
What do you do? What do you do for fun?
She looks at you with such bewilderment when you say this to her.
Like nobody has fun. Yeah.
For fun?
Yeah. I mean, I've never been a part of a apocalypse where all the bad guys won, but
Where are you from?
surely.
Victory
Oh
City?
shit! No, man. We got blasted here from another reality.
She walks away. You can
She's
try to
part
stop
of
her.
the resistance. Come on, don't be a square, Veronica. Well, if you want to have a little bit of fun, I'll be over here. I'm gonna take my XP.
I'll let you, yeah, no, I don't know. Rolling for this seems weird. I don't know. What do you think?
To roll.
Rolling
I
for,
don't know. I don't feel.
it's a social interaction. I guess you
Just
could roll for
role
it.
play, Justin.
I know, it's one of those situations, I just feel weird, like, where it's, just do it. I don't care.
Okay, I'm rolling. Yep.
It feels like you're rolling to hit on someone, and I just feel
I
like
am,
I
but
don't know if that's...
shameless flirt is one of my things, so I'm just gonna do that.
Sure.
And then it's a solo activity, and
It's a solo. Flirting's always a solo activity.
okay, actually, yeah, no, that's fair. It's a buddy activity. And yeah, we'll say that I'm sort of doing it. I'm just trying to talk to her about like with the situation, but I'm explaining it like in a smart way, like how we got here. Johnny Storm is not stupid. He acts dumb, but like I'm using my explanation. I'm just trying to throw Cosmic in here, but I'm using my explanation of like how we arrived and sort of my goal to help them. So yeah, so that's what I
Okay.
do.
What'd you get?
And let's see what we get. Is there a way to make it roll faster? It's just like
I know.
Kelsey? She froze.
No.
Okay, while she's frozen, let's cut back to Graham.
This is convenient. Okay, I rolled a 14, I think, against the Doom Pool.
You did, yes. You know, I had your results, and then I rolled for Kelsey, so I lost them. So hang on, let me roll
Kelsey's
again.
back.
I'm back. Did I actually leave?
Yeah, you
Okay.
froze.
You're just frozen for a
Oh,
second.
okay, cool.
I got a 12 on yours, Graham.
Oh,
Yes.
so I won.
Okay, it's a D12 effect, and I'd like to spend a plot point to make it a persistent asset.
Awesome. Okay.
And call
yeah.
it Hulkbuster Button. And I now have a power dampener attached to my spinal cord
Awesome.
that will just like directly inject a spinal tap of power dampening serum or something.
Yeah.
And there's a button that someone on the team. Do I have to make it public then? No, honestly, the asset is more just to exist as like a button. So I don't know if you're okay with it, like someone can just hit it.
Yeah, I'm fine with this sort of being more of like a grand asset for the sake of, you know, this is I'm gonna say that this is an asset that is going to persist for the foreseeable future, past just the next scene.
Awesome.
However, it still should remain on the board because there is always the chance that it gets sort of destroyed or taken away from you somehow. So it should be present. But yeah, I'm gonna say that this is something that there's only one, you know, monitor or button for it, but anybody can technically use it in the moment, although it is technically yours, Graham, to give or have, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I could put it on our comm link too, that like everyone has a comm link channel and they just turn it to that channel and make input and it will flood the serum into my...
Yeah.
Dope.
That's sick.
Okay, cool. Hulkbuster
okay.
button, and that gets me 5 XP.
Hey.
Ooh.
Nice.
What was that for? What was the milestone?
My milestone is Hulk busted. When you create an asset during a transition scene as banner that will affect the Hulk.
Wow.
Oh.
Verbatim.
I also, when I consult with another scientist as banner concerning my condition. So I'll take, but that's a 1.
Yeah.
So I'll take 6 total if that's all right.
Sure. Cool. So go back to Kelsea now. Kelsea, your results.
13.
Sorry, what did you get? I got a
13.
Okay, yeah, I got an 8. So
Nice.
So she stops.
So is that 5?
She was
so
walking
it's a
away.
heroic win?
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to make an effect out of this, did you want to create an asset or something?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want it to be?
I want to give her a token.
This would be an
Or I
asset.
want her to give me a token.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Let's
the
say that,
asset,
like,
the asset can just be her as a person, like as an ally. You know. It could be a token too, if that's what you want. I'm just saying.
No, let's have it be her as an ally. So she's somebody that I'm just gonna talk to when we're here, and I want her to be somebody I care a lot about.
Okay, yeah.
Because I feel like she sees the real me.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, let's roleplay this for a second, and then maybe you can decide what you want the effect to be after that. So she stops where she was. After she was walking away, you sort of say something that sort of... Okay, I'm sorry. That was rude. I just... Sometimes I just can't keep up with all of the superhero villain stuff.
No, I mean, it seems like you've just been like repeatedly mind blown for the last 20 years. Like, what the hell is going on? I'm sorry this happened to you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been hard. It's been incredibly hard. I lost my family.
Fuck, I'm so sorry.
There's something so shitty about feeling helpless. You know,
you might feel helpless, but from where I'm standing, you could have given up. You could have quit, and you didn't. You're here fighting, making sure that you're supporting the people that can fight even harder. And that is why we're going to win, because of you. You aren't helpless. You're everything to this and to us.
she just takes you in for a moment and says, okay, wow, where was that guy?
When?
Never mind. Johnny, was it?
Yeah. Johnny Storm. Let's
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you for real this time, okay?
Yeah, she shakes your hand. She says, anything I do to help with, I don't know, the mission or...
Well, I mean, I guess for me, it's hard for me to go into a battle knowing that there's not really anything to live for. So maybe we can go on a walk, talk a little bit.
Johnny, you're, not what I expected. Absolutely.
I should probably put some pants on.
Well, yes, that, first of all.
Yeah.
And also just know that I'm, I'm not interested in whatever that is.
Oh,
But-
no, I'm not. So he's wearing like compression shorts. So when he flames on, there's one garment that he has with him right now that does not burn. And it is his like under compression shorts that go sort of just above his knee. And that's it. That's all he's got right now.
So good.
Hmm.
Anyway, so we can cut away from this scene as sort of you two are getting to know each other, and yeah, I'll let you sort of decide what you want that asset to be called, Kelsea.
I think you've got a friend in me, because Johnny is motivated by the idea of his privilege and the fact that it's something that he owes humanity his fight, and knowing that there are humans and people that need it and that would benefit from it is everything. So she's a symbol of why for him right now.
Awesome. That's great. Hollis, did you want to do something? You are muted, my friend.
It's the worst. I'm so glad that you missed my holy shit. I think right now, it's just all of this talk of Fisk in the last like several hours has just really got my blood pumping. But I'm zeroed in on Danny, who seems to have been completely overtaken by anger, which is something like I'm working on. So I don't want to roll into action. I just want to go over to her, put my hands on her shoulder, and make sure that she's okay. Are you okay? You got it? You're keeping it together?
Yeah, no, I am good. I feel so alive. I think my shoulder popped out of place back there, and I don't even feel it. Is this how it always feels like? Is this what it always feels like? No, but I mean, is this what it always feels like?
Hey!
What?
You want to end up like the big guy? You want to end up like the big guy? Calm it down. Calm it down.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good. She calms down with your guidance, your help. Do you sort of sit with her, or do you just sort of leave it at that?
I think I want to leave it at that because I don't want to show how upset I am at this moment, and I don't want to show. Yeah, I don't want to show her.
Okay. Yeah. There's sort of a nice, tender moment between the two of you, and you don't catch as she like opens her mouth to sort of say something as you sort of turn, or maybe you do catch and turn anyway, to sort of give her space. Anybody else?
You need anything?
Yeah, I think Rogue's just gonna go in and check on Nightcrawler because I know he was resting.
Yeah, sure. You go in. He sees you as you walk in. He is laying down and everything, but he also was sort of he wasn't sleeping necessarily, or at least not when you went in there. Just like old times, huh?
Never gets old. How you doing?
I've been better. It is. I'm jealous of your body. I wish I could cut 30 years off.
It's not the first time I've heard that. She sits next to him on the bed.
His blue blushes just a little bit.
So, are you? I know the kids out there are probably all gung ho for going out and, kicking some tail. But what about you? I mean, no offense or anything, but I think your chicken chasing days are over, Nightcrawler.
Yeah, I was worried you might say that.
There's no shame in holding back. I mean, these kids, they need a leader. We're not planning on sticking around.
Well, Billy is a fantastic leader.
He's young.
Well, he's not so young as you remember.
God, I hate time travel.
But regardless, I think you are right. It is probably not so smart for me to go into battle like this. Not when we have you. I think you came at the perfect time, Rogue.
Well, may be a bit late, but I can't resist being in a fight.
So you will help us. You will get him.
Of course. I've got your back. I just don't want to lose you. I mean, what if this doesn't work out? What if we get stuck here? If I lose you, I don't think there'll be anything left here worth staying for.
Takes your hand. He says, I told you before, I was already, I had already given up hope before you came. The fact that you are here, it doesn't matter if you leave. Seeing you again was the jolt I needed. I will be here. Either way.
All right. Just keep out of trouble. You promise? While I'm gone?
He smiles in a way that you haven't seen in, well, for you it hasn't been that long maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got that mischievous smile, and he just says, "You're taking all of the trouble with you."
Oh, you know it. Just can't keep it away. It always comes a knocking.
And we'll leave you there.
Yeah.
Elise, was there anything you wanted to do?
I'd like to check on Daredevil, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that interaction between him and Danny, and I'm gonna go and sit next to him, and I'm gonna say, when was the last time somebody checked on you?
It's been a while, but then again, I haven't really afforded many people that opportunity.
Taking care of yourself?
Myself, no, but I found a little bit of focus in other people, so that helps.
It does.
What about you? How are you holding up?
I'm doing just fine. I still got red in my ledger, that's why I gotta get back.
I know. I'm sorry about Clint.
Me too. There's a little flash of rage. Like I had to contain it. That was
Yeah.
that was a lot. Yeah.
And I can feel her temperature rising. There's still time for him. Maybe.
Yeah. And then I think I need to collect myself. I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna say, we got a lot coming at us. Better watch yourself, Murdoch. And walk away.
Oh shit.
Yo! Mic drop.
Yeah, for real. That's awesome.
We got 2 plot points just now. One of them was for Black Widow for taking care of the devil, and one of them was for Rebecca for chicken chasing days.
Yes, very, very good. Well, if you guys are ready, let's see if we can put those plot points to use here.
Yay.
So as we transition out of our transition scene, we will pick up. So Powerhouse and Eclipse are both ready to come with you. Nightcrawler will remain back with Veronica. Is there a plan going into this? Are you wanting to storm the castle, or are you wanting to somehow sneak in?
Or are you wanting to rogue the
get
castle?
Billy,
Or
sneak out?
be Professor Xavier's castle?
That's good.
Well, I'm thinking because, there's these high walls and there's all these, barracks and tents with supplies and stuff. We might have our two sneakiest sneak in first and see if maybe they can get a back door open for us. I mean, last thing we want to do is have a whole army bearing down on us.
And who do you think the sneaky ones are?
I know that'd be myself.
Rogue says, you are about as useful as 2 buggies in a 1-horse town.
Rebecca, where the fuck do you get these?
Okay, well,
I turned to Bruce,
I
the man
can
with the
fly,
fan.
so
But when she says it though, she's like she nudges him jokingly, like she's just
Oh
like,
my
you
God.
are just like a little brother. She's just like, you are just testing me.
So good. Okay, so Daredevil and Black Widow will go sneak in.
Yes.
So let's just jump in with it, and then if you guys will sort of treat this like a, it was always part of the plan type thing. If as we go, does that make sense? Instead of trying to beat it all out right now, we'll just sort of jump in and say okay, and then
as you guys leave, though, I say next time we should have a sneak off first. I think it'd be great. Damn it.
I'm sure you would, Johnny.
Awesome. So we find ourselves in the night. I would assume you want to go in the night. It's dark. It's still hot. That never really goes away. But it is dark and sort of slinking through the shadows. There are sort of like street lights. Some of them are kind of flickering. Some of them are working. Some are not. It is much less crowded in the street after dark. You don't know if there's a curfew or if people just know it's safer inside after a certain hour. But very, very few people out on the street, except for sort of squadrons of like military figures. I did not take the time to sort of beat them out because they didn't seem important in a moment.
Sure.
They're down here, you're up here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Military types. You know the type. So, but the two of you stealthily up over the wall and down into these like garden sort of courtyard, like I was describing before. We see you sort of stealthily shuffle your way. I'm trying to think of better adjectives, better verbs, through like some bushes, past like a truck goes by, and you kind of duck and roll underneath. How do you think the two of you are working well? Do you think you're working well together? Do you think it's sort of, who's leading, who's following, that kind of thing?
Sure. I think it could be almost like, I know Natasha and Daredevil have worked together before. They were romantically involved, as far as I know. And so I feel like it could be like a kind of stepping into old shoes.
Yeah. In
a way of like playing, like, are you in front? Am I in front? I don't know. I think I'm in front. Are you in front? I don't know. Yeah, I think they're both pretty evenly matched, if that makes sense to you, Hollis.
It absolutely does. And I think that there is a little bit of tension now that I know that you know who I am. So I think what I'm just going to have to do is have you go ahead and lead the way, because I don't want you at my back. There's just a little bit. There's just a little bit of suspicion. Like there's
Sure.
total trust in combat, but a little bit of suspicion.
Yeah.
So why don't you take the lead? You know
Got
so
it.
much.
Yep.
Awesome. So you make your way up to the castle itself. Now there aren't many doors in and out of this place.
Oh.
You enter past, sort of like sneaking past two guards as they make their way out, and you kind of duck inside. Now you don't have the mind map that Rogue does, and therefore you're sort of just going based on what you assume the layout of this place to be. You do know Rogue mentioned that Billy was in sort of like a dark, probably like underground place. So as you make your way to a stairwell, you sort of go down and see down below, or like here down below, there are two guards with their backs to you, sort of like looking down the hallway essentially. How would you like to get past them?
Okay. Let's see here.
I don't want to deal with these guys later. You want to just take them out?
Yeah, I would like to like I don't know, or just choke. I don't know, just like.
Okay. Are each of you taking
Sexy
one?
spy
Yeah,
stuff.
I think so.
Yeah,
Sexy spy
yeah.
stuff.
Great. Why don't
Yeah.
each of you make me a roll here?
Okay, and I'm gonna use a plot point to add. So I'm gonna use enhanced reflexes and enhanced durability. So I'll spend a plot point on that.
Okay.
Oh, and we're buddies.
And we're buddies. That's right.
Buddies.
This is a buddy scene. You're right.
Okay.
I'm coming right on top of my my guy's
Oh?
head with my billy club.
Oh.
Don't.
Oh. I'm sorry. I'm muting now.
Awesome.
Oh shit! I've got an 18 with a D10 effect.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, 1-1. Just 1-1 this time.
1-1.
And I've got a 13 with a D8 effect.
Okay, both of you succeed, and no need to do. I mean, are you using your effect to take them out, like
Yes.
knock them out stress-wise, or are you trying to create a complication out of this somehow?
Trying to knock him out.
Knock them out. Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
great. Yeah, both of you easily, just silently knock them out. I will pay you, Elise, a plot point.
Yep. Excellent.
Turn that into a D8. Okay. But you take off the guards easily, sneak past. We'll just say you maybe like stuff their bodies real quick into like a, a little
Yeah.
alcove.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep
That's
moving.
where that goes.
Down the side. You find yourselves in some sort of a dungeon, like a dungeon chamber. And just like we saw before with Rogue, you find a glowing prison cell type
Mhm.
thing down on one end. What do you do?
This has got to be it. That's him.
Yeah, I think I probably will slowly approach, and I mean announce my presence in a very small way, so as not to shock him.
Sure.
Something like maybe Billy.
Awesome. I need both of you to just make me a roll to sort of see if you can take in your surroundings, kind of understand what's happening here with him, in addition to sort of keeping your guard up.
Yeah, Justin, can I roll to see if I can hear if he's even still alive, or if he's still like with my super? Okay, cool.
That'll
cool.
be part of this roll for sure. Yeah.
Awesome, cool.
This is just be against
yeah.
the Doom pool here.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay.
Okay. You need to...
I'm gonna use a plot point to add to
Yeah,
mine.
you need to beat a 14.
Okay.
Oh, I
cool.
got a 14, and my my effect was a D10. But I can add a. Yep, I'm gonna add a dice with my plot point for sure. I'm gonna roll another D8.
All right.
You got a
Got it.
14, that's enough. Do you want...
Oh, that's enough. Okay,
yeah,
never
yeah,
mind.
yeah.
Then
If
I'm
you got
not
a
gonna
14,
spend-
that's
spend
enough, for sure.
Okay, didn't remember if I beat it or not. Got it.
No. Yeah, no, yeah, I know. It's gone back and forth on that.
I have a 15 with a D10 effect, my friend.
Okay, so both of you succeed, which makes total sense here. So, as you are kind of, very carefully making your way down this hall and sort of checking, Hollis.
Yeah.
Daredevil feels a heartbeat, for sure. Billy is alive
Yeah.
in there.
Is it faint?
It's faint. And as you sort of turn the corner, you do see him. He is, as I mentioned before, sort of bathed in this like sickly green aura, A-U-R-A, aura of light.
Say aura.
Aura. Thank you, aura. I was like, how do you pronounce that? Aura. Guys, I don't not usually this bad until I get on stream, and then I just forget
Sometimes
things.
a word comes out and you're like, I've never heard this word in my life.
I swear. Aura, thank you. And his arms are sort of like chained, like locked down to these like short chains made of light. Again, this sort of green dark light.
Yeah.
He looks. What is interesting about his arms is that you see like marks, like straight, like kind of streaking down his arms into his hands. And at first you think maybe it's like blood streaks or something, but as you look, you actually can see that it is like a dark black, and it's not on top of his skin. It's like beneath his skin, like his veins are just sort of streaking down in this horrible color. Furthermore,
I think. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, almost done here. So, furthermore, you look at his hands, and you see that multiple fingers are missing. It looks like newly, like fresh wounds, but have not been dressed properly, and are likely to get infected. Clearly, what you would assume is probably like methods of torture. His gaunt face, sort of one eye sort of opens and looks out towards you. What did you want to say, Hollis?
I think, and I am in no way trying to argue. I think I smell the rot of his blood, right? His like congealed blood, because I can't see any of this. So I just know that he's not cared for. I think I rush right to him.
So there is a prison sort of
There is a
cell
okay, cool.
door in
But
your
bars
way.
or
You could,
okay,
you
cool,
could try
cool,
to
cool.
like pick the lock or something if you wanted to.
Okay.
I would love to try to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead and make me a roll here against the Doom Pool to try and pick a lock.
Excellent.
Okay.
I'm spending a plot point to give myself an extra D8.
Nice.
And I got a 12 with it.
I did roll a 1.
Oh my gosh, you are single-handedly feeding the Doom Pool. I love
Oh
it.
Would
my
say
God.
throw away your dice, like put them in dice jail, but
You know what?
can't.
I
Yeah,
need to
please
refresh the
stop.
page.
Yeah,
I need to refresh the page.
Refresh your
It's
Light
starting
page.
to feel personal.
Light some
Like,
incense.
Yes, refresh your page. Light some incense. Throw some salt over your shoulder or something.
Yep.
like
Yep. Oh boy.
I will give you a plot point for that one.
Thank you. But my roll was 14 with a D8 effect.
Okay, that's great. So here's what happens. Natasha, you sort of kneel down to try and quickly pick this lock. Should be quick, should be easy. as you do, Matt,
Yeah.
that roll you made before, you take in your surroundings and
Yes.
feel it before you feel it before Natasha. You're not alone down here. You sense sort of a movement in sort of the vaulted ceiling above you.
No.
And descending down from above, you have an opportunity here to sort of catch it before it comes. So I'm gonna let you roll a reaction to this.
Done.
As Scorpion descends from above you
Fuck.
and tries to stick his nasty ass pincer
Good.
At
Well,
music,
then-
down
though.
on you.
I don't want to give away too terribly much, but what I want to do is I want to add, or rather, I want to use my grapple against him. I want to pull him straight to me, hand around his neck.
Okay, yeah. So this is a reaction for you.
Mm-hmm. So, oh boy.
The action, the roll I made is going to be a 16 with a D10 effect.
15 with the D10 effect.
15. Oh, just barely missed it. So, sticks you with the pincer, kind of right in the back, right in your spine. We have this visual of Daredevil sort of stuck up in the air, and that is going to be a D10 physical stress on Daredevil. As Scorpion sticks you, he kind of turns his sickly, just fucked up face to you, Natasha, and just says, "Oh, I've been waiting for someone to play with." And we're gonna cut away from Youth 2.
Please cut to us, and I'm just playing hacky sack.
Yes.
You, David.
Yeah, we're gonna cut back out to the three, to Hulk, Human Torch, and Rogue. What are you doing while the two of them are in there?
What do you think's going on?
We have a comm link, right?
Oh, yeah.
You do have a comm link, yeah, that's true.
Oh,
Ooh. Grant, does Bruce want to like do a check-in with them or anything?
Sure, yeah.
You're the tech guy. I don't know.
Hey guys. I'm doing what's the this transporter guy from Galaxy Quest. Hey guys, we're out here, ready to go. Just let us know if any snags come up.
Things aren't looking too good.
Oh.
oh, can we
Okay.
come in? Can we come in? Can we come in?
Go on, Johnny.
And Johnny just flames on and goes.
Amazing.
Yeah, Rogue's gonna fly after, but she's not quite as fast because he's jet
Fuck, I
powered.
forgot to take off my shoes.
Feels like burning rubber is raining down. This.
So as the three of you fly into battle, rush into battle here, and the two down in the underground are sort of have just been ambushed. We're gonna end there for tonight. It is time. I don't want to go too much later, and we would be about to get into combat at this point, and I don't want to have to go another hour and a half here. So
Perfect.
awesome, guys. Sorry to do that to everybody, but that just means it's gonna be a crazy one next week. Wow. Let's see. Go all night. I wish we could.
I
we could.
wish.
Yeah, man.
So be back.
I just ate a ton of dark chocolate, so I'm super awake now.
Be back next week, same time, to continue the story here, and probably put a cap on this act of our story, which will be an interesting sort of shift for us. So, if you haven't, please make sure you're following and subscribing on YouTube, on Twitch, just so you don't miss out. And join our Discord, which I will drop in the chat right now. Discord.
Doing it if you're cool.
Only if you're cool, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do it
We
if
don't
you're not
tolerate
cool.
any,
We're not
like,
really
losers.
we do cool people. But the weird thing is, the catch-22 part is that if you join, you immediately become cool. So that's sort of the nice thing. Yeah. But we will be back next week. And until then, thank you for watching and have a great week out there, everybody.
Join our Discord. Send us Ko-fi tips.
Join our Discord.
Bye.
Go Chiefs
Love
in the
us.
Super Bowl. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.